Well, I don't really have a plan. Today's the day. I'm so embarrassed. It's not ideal. The reflection was also kind of driving me crazy. Oh, I loved it so much, so that it will work out the way I want. Hello book lovers, and welcome back to a very messy vlog slash April wrap up. And really I think that this vlog is gonna wrap up my month perfectly because it was super hectic, super busy, and just very chaotic. So I would say grab a drink. I've got my coffee here now, and actually let me put you guys down so I can talk a bit easier. So the plan for this video is, well, I don't really have a plan, but what I have in mind besides telling you about the books that I read in April, I could just do that, but that's not going to be a long video because, guys, I didn't read much in April. And I also actually want to change my background or where I film, because where I film now it's not really working out great, that space, so I want to change things up, and therefore I painted another bookshelf, and also I put the doors out of that one because the reflection was also kind of driving me crazy. So we'll move all my books and sort of do a new backdrop. It's not gonna be like the end and perfect result I think I will want from this video, because things take a bit more time here. I'll go into the closest town today to grab a few things, but it's not gonna be the end result, I think, but we'll go with what I find, and yeah, we'll see how that will turn out. So that is one part. I already started the whole painting process. I forgot to do a before and after photo. I don't think it's gonna be my like forever backdrop, but for now it will work, hopefully. I really also need to clean. The room is so messy. Again, just a reflection of this past month. And also, can I just show you what I'm looking at, because we have two dogs here and they both fell asleep while I was talking, actually, in their little dog beds. I hope this is not a sign that they both fell asleep while I was talking, that it's boring what I'm saying, but let me show you because it's so cute. And this is the other one. Let's get my room clean first. So our room basically had furniture already when we moved in. It's not like the furniture that I would want and like we want to change things. It's just we need a bit of time for that. But I'm so embarrassed. I don't want to show you how this room looks like, but you know, it will be a nice before and after effect, I think. So we have a lot of mess there, a lot of mess, and just a lot of clothes on that little couch. And I definitely need to do the bed. I usually do that in the morning, but since I'm like cleaning now anyway, I haven't done that yet. But yeah, there's just a lot going on. So I'm back from the city and I'm contemplating whether to move the bookcase in now and like decorate it, or do it tomorrow, because it's getting dark and I kind of want nicer lighting, and I also have to like move actually a bit of the other furniture around so that it will work out the way I want. So I might do that actually now. I think we'll do the bookcase and all of that tomorrow. Are we doing great? Today's the day where we're going to move my books and also the bookcase all into my room, because also it just didn't feel right to have my books not that close, and that's basically the plan for today. So these are the things that I got. I really like the color combination of pink and green. That's like my favorite. So that is it. And I think on camera my cabin actually looks a lot more like vibrant green than it actually is. But yeah, this is what we're working with. I'm gonna go grab my books now. So this is my usual background that I used the last couple weeks, and this is also where all my books live right now. So let's go grab them all and bring them up to my room. around, it's not ideal. Like, it's definitely not what I say is like the perfect setup yet, but I feel like it's fine for now. But let me show you what the end product for now is. Alright, so that is the little filming section. I put the TBR card in the corner. I might move this a bit more so it feels more spacey. I do like these two shelves together, but I think actually that you'll probably see these ones more. I don't have photos for that yet. And then I only have my TBR for the month down there. You see that I also don't have like a lot of books because obviously moved to South Africa, couldn't bring them all. So it doesn't look like a proper bookshelf with, you know, all my loved books. But still, I'm so happy to have my books here with me now. And now let's see what the actual frame will look like with me in it. Alright, so this I think would be my frame. Let me know what you think. I'm not sure, like it's very colorful, which is not really my vibe, and I'm thinking right now, should I have maybe not painted this bookshelf green? Should I like repaint it and have it white? I might do that, I don't know. I mean, it does work and it brings character because I do love green, and especially green and pink. And then you can see a little bit of my TBR card on the side again. Is that annoying that you can see just a bit? Should I just have this bookshelf behind me? I really want your input as well. Now that we kind of got a new background, let's actually jump into the April wrap-up part. Let's just go straight into the statistics, and you will see that, as I said, chaotic month that didn't really get me to read a lot. I read 3 books in total. Well, actually only 2.5, but for some reason that is still over 1,000 pages. So I felt a bit better, but at the end 1,000 pages could also just be one thick book in 1 month. But then also it's important to remember it's not really about, you know, how much you read, but that you enjoy it. However, I don't say if I enjoyed a lot, but that's also just because everything was so stressful. That also made me kind of stressed about, like, you know, reading and all of that. My average rating is 3.5, and all the books were actually part of some series, so no standalones. And I read 2 contemporary romances and 1 fantasy. And actually started the month with the wrap up to, you know, go through the month with the books, because I really enjoy like doing the wrap ups in like more of a vlog style. So we'll jump back to the first book that I read from the month and my review from that. I finished my first book of the month, which is actually a carryover from March, because I read half of the book already in March, but I finished it now in April, and that is Quicksilver by Kelly Hart. And wow, this book was so good. I mean, I'm always a bit hesitant when I talk about fantasy because I feel like I don't read that many, so am I really the best judge? But obviously I can tell you about my experience reading this book, and I really loved it. I also think that for me, like the magic system, even though you had like fae and vampires and, you know, your, I would say like standard kind of fantasy characters, it still had a uniqueness to it, and I really enjoyed the journey. I think it was a great balance of romance and fantasy, so if you definitely want something that has it both, then this, I think it's gonna be a duology, is really amazing. Oh, I loved it so much. I don't think it was a 5-star. I think I would actually give it I think a 4.5, because, and this might be me being a bit impatient, sometimes the plot I feel like was a bit too much. Like I would have loved just a bit more romance, and I think also the actual turning point of this enemies to lovers story, I don't know, it was just a bit off, I feel like, with the pacing, and I just wasn't as invested. There wasn't as much tension that I definitely know I get from some other book series, but nevertheless, this was still amazing. 100% recommend. Let me also tell you what this is about, and I'm 100% probably not gonna pronounce these names right, but Ceres is our main character, and she gets thrown into Fae world, and she doesn't even know that that exists. It seems like she has a special kind of power that she didn't really know about. When she comes into the Fae world, she's basically face to face with death, which is Kingfisher, and he will use her in order to help his people, and he's not kind to her, but there is tension between these two. There is a lot of fire that you can definitely tell, and it just goes from there. I feel like I don't want to say too much, but I think this is a very good fantasy, romantasy, and 100% would recommend and what a start to the new month. Okay, we're back, and I'll be extra annoying because the other 2 books that I read in this month are actually part of a reading vlog that's gonna come out hopefully next week, and I will go more into depth with the books that I read. I'll tell you which books I read. I read Say You'll Remember Me by Abby Jimenez and also In Good Company by Kat Singleton, and maybe you can guess what that video next week will be about. I also read a bit of other books, but I didn't finish any of them in April, so I will talk about more than these 2 books in my next video. And I thought, you know, to keep you guys on your toes, I'll actually not talk about my reviews for these books, but you'll see that next week. Let's just wrap this video up. Let's wrap April up. Really, I'm so excited for May and to just have a bit more time, a bit more routines, and also to read a lot more. So thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Give this video a like and also subscribe to stay a while and see more bookish content. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!